Morning everyone, how you doing? The sun is out here in Agadir, Morocco. I've done an ultimate and full review guide for this hotel I'm staying at in Agadir, the Agadir Waves Fountain Beach. So if you are thinking of coming to Agadir, you might want to check that video out. This morning I'm doing a mini train journey to the marina. Not sure how long it's going to take. It costs about 20 dirhams per person, but it's a little inexpensive trip you can take from the hotel if you want a change of scenery. So in this video, I'm going to show you what the train journey is like, share the cost of it, show you what the marina and the area around the marina is like. So again, if you are thinking of a little day trip out or a little few hours out of the hotel, then this video will be for you. I'll catch you when the train arrives. Just while waiting for the train to come along, just been talking to a taxi driver, a really nice guy called Hassan. I'll put his details up on the screen for you now. He was saying that to go by taxi to the Medina is 70 dirham. So if you've got more than one or two people, it would save you money probably to go by taxi rather than the train. And he said if you want to do a round trip, you can organise that for about 200 dirham. And that will include the Medina, the marina, and just sort of waiting around the areas for you before bringing you back again. Obviously you can agree a designated time for him to bring you back. So the taxi might be an option for you if you don't want to take the train, if there's more than sort of one or two people taking the train journey. Here comes the train. As I put on screen earlier, this excursion doesn't just relate to Iberostar guests, but any hotel guests staying in this part of Agadir. This little train trip also gives you the opportunity to see some of the other hotels in this part of Agadir if you're thinking of coming back, as well as the local area and the shopping that's available close to the hotels if you want to venture out. It's a pretty nice little ride, to be honest. Since we left the hotel, this is our second stop. So the third one will be the marina, and it's taken us about 15 minutes. So 20 dirham as opposed to 70 dirham for a taxi. Obviously, if there's more than two of you going, then a taxi would be better value. But 20 dirhams per person for this little trip to save your legs is pretty good value. Loads of ships at anchor over there, waiting to come into the port. And that is the area that you can see at a distance from the hotel. And the promenade I show on the other ultimate review guide of the hotel continues right the way along here. Plenty of little cafes and restaurants. So if you fancy something different to eat or drink from your hotel, or simply a change of scenery, this little trip could be for you. And that in front is the end of the 10-kilometre beach stretch that runs behind the hotel. Just coming in to the marina area. Marina Agadir. The end of the journey. And our hotel is in that direction, over there on that bend. And off goes the train back from where it came. As you can see, it drops you just off the Marina Agadir sign. So if you want to change of scenery, beach-wise, obviously you can take advantage of that. But this is a 10-kilometre stretch of beach. As you can see, the beach is really wide and clean, right around to the other side. And basically right in front there is where the Iberostar Waves Fountain Beach is. As well as the two Rio hotels and other hotels along that strip. As you can see from the journey here, lots of restaurants and cafes and bars. You just fancy a couple of hours away from the hotel, change of scenery, something to eat and drink, and then perhaps go back afterwards, or make your way into town. The actual town centre of Agadir is over in that direction. I believe it's about between a 5 and 10 minute walk, maybe a bit longer than that. You've got a cable car that runs, which you can probably see in the distance. It goes right up to where the fortress is, up the top there. And I will show you those and the costs in a moment. The road along here leads to the fishing port and marina, and we'll get a great view of those shortly from the cable car. That gives you an idea of some of the shops and boutiques around the marina area. So taking the steps up from the beach and heading to where the cable car starts to the fortress. So it's about a 10-minute walk from the front. You can see where the cable cars start there. One of them coming down and going up. And that's the direction we've come from, basically a straight line. So it's taken about 10 minutes. I'll give you a little bit more information about the cable cars once we're there. So the little roundabout, that's the entrance into the cable cars from there. Go into that building for your tickets. I'll tell you about the ticket prices in a moment. So it's the ticket area. That's the prices up there. I'll tell you in a moment what they are in English. So this is the cable car VIP lounge. There are 2 packages you can take. The standard cable car to the top of the fortress and back is 130 dirhams per person. That's just the cable car there and back, which is the cable car that you can see in front there. Or the VIP experience is 400 dirhams per person. That includes access to the lounge as long as you want, including hot and cold drinks. Includes a special cabin that has Wi-Fi, music, and I think a commentary. It also includes access to the fortress at the top, but you've got that cabin on your own. Whereas if you want a standard cabin that you can see in front there, that holds up to 8 people, so you will be sharing it with others. So as you can see, that's a standard cabin there with about 7 or 8 people sitting inside. And you can see the difference of the VIP cabin, which only has 4 people. Okay, thank you very much indeed. So it's a VIP, very, very posh. Nice seats as well. Cabins, as you can see, are really comfortable and spacious, really padded seats. It's a little bit more sort of luxury. There's another VIP cabin about to pass us. I get a great aerial shot of the marina, the beach area, and the town of Agadir in the distance there. Well, that's our journey on the cable car to the top, and the Kasbah comes to an end. A great view of the marina, the fishing port with all the fishing boats lined up, and the 10-kilometre beach stretching from the marina back to the hotel where we started. That's the fortress in front. So there we are, out of the cable car. It's a pretty nice little ride up actually, took about 6 or 7 minutes. The only thing is, I thought from a VIP package it would be air conditioned. It wasn't, it was absolutely roasting in there. But yeah, really comfortable seats, nice little trip, only me and my wife in there. So that made it sort of nice as well. And some really sort of stunning views of the marina, the beach, and the actual city of Agadir, as you can see in the distance. It's pretty hazy today, sadly, but it's about 34 degrees centigrade at the moment. So marina just down there. And that's the 10 kilometres of beach that I was mentioning at the start of the video that snakes right the way around to the end. And there's a promenade, as you can possibly see, the orangey red colour, which follows the beach right the way around as well. So a pleasant area to walk on. So that's the Atlas Mountains in the distance. City of Agadir. 10 kilometres of beach and promenade. And the marina at the end of the beach. And the fleet of fishing boats. And also some Moroccan Navy ships as well. Really cool. So in front of us is the fortress, the Agadir Oufella, which is built in the 16th century and is the ruins of the Agadir Kasbah of fortress. They do camel rides here if that's your thing. To be honest, it's not mine. I don't like seeing any animals used for that sort of thing, so I won't be doing that today. But if you want to do that, then that's absolutely fine. So I'm not going to inquire about prices at all. Also with the ponies as well. Sort of being out in this heat, but that is what it is. Got usual souvenir sellers here. Let's take you into the entrance at the top. You can see why the fortress is built on top of this hill. Great view of everything around. Also get some, I won't do all of them obviously, but you've got various information boards. Just a cross which tells you various information about the fortress. So looking down on the port and the marina, that was a major merchant trading area back in the 16th and 17th centuries. Overlooked and protected by the fortress. Okay, we're inside the Kasbah fortress. The lady told us downstairs it included entry on the VIP package. It doesn't. The cost of entry into the Kasbah, you can see a map there telling you various bits and pieces, is 90 dirhams per person. Have a wander around. So I'm only going to show you very briefly what it's like. And see yourself what's on offer here, and you're going to make your own mind up how long you want to stay. Well, these ruins, as you will see shortly, used to house the old city of Agadir. The Kasbah has sadly suffered serious damage from earthquakes over the years. It was first destroyed in November 1755 during the Lisbon earthquake, and again in 1960 during the Agadir earthquake. It underwent a major restoration in 2002 and was renovated again in 2020 under the instructions of King Mohammed. On the 8th of September 2023, another earthquake struck the Kasbah, which led to more damage. It stands 236 metres or 774 feet above sea level, which was a great vantage point to protect the city and the port of Agadir. So this would have been where the hammam originally stood, as you can see. So earthquakes and various weather has played a major part in making it the ruins that it is today. It's only really the exterior walls that have survived. And the Kasbah contained back in the day a great mosque, hospital, treasury and postal buildings, houses, alleys and junior yards, a Jewish neighbourhood, shrines and a mausoleum. You can see where they were located in the Kasbah and information relating to those as you walk around. So this is saying that this is a water reservoir and cisterns are brought from nearby springs. That's where that used to be on here. If you are coming up to the Kasbah, I'd really recommend that you bring a hat and sunglasses, as it's really hot and it's really bright with the sun beating off the colour of the sandstone. Part of the price I think you're paying for here There's the views as well, because you're not going to get these type of views down on the beach. Tiny door, see that? Really tiny narrow door down there, and windows. That map shows you the area of the Kasbah. That's why I always think of the song Rock the Kasbah when I say that word, Kasbah. It's a bit of an aerial view of the ruins and remains as they are. So it's not really, if you're not into ancient ruins and things like that, there's not really much to see. There are pictures of what things used to look like before earthquakes, etc. So you get an idea from where you are what it used to look like. So a lot of it is sort of ruins and rubble now because of the earthquakes, which is a real shame, but it's great to get this vantage point from up here. One, it's great to visit an old area of ruins anyway, it is for me, and also doing the views that are up here of the mountains, the city, the marina, the port, the beach. Really good. As you can see, you can walk practically right around the fortress as well. So it's 90 dirhams entrance, but I guess you're paying for part of the restoration and the maintenance of this sort of very old building really, so I shouldn't really complain at that price. And again, a great shot there of the Atlas Mountains. So my experience at the cable car, a really lovely little trip up, took about 6 or 7 minutes. Some fantastic views of the marina, the beach, the city, the Atlas Mountains. I'm not sure, if I'm honest, if the VIP payment is worth it. For the VIP payment, you do get your own cabin, so if you're on your own or with your exact party, you're not sharing with others, whereas the standard cabins accommodate up to 8 people. You get Wi-Fi and you get Bluetooth in the cabin, but that's basically it. You get the use of the lounge before you come up as long as you want, and you can have hot or cold drinks. But in essence, we paid extra money, so 400 dirhams per person as opposed to 130 dirhams for 2 bottles of water and a Coke, and to sit in the lounge and have just the two of us in a cabin. It's up to you to judge whether you think this is worth it or not, but I think if I was to do this again, on my recommendation would be just come up in a shared cabin, because you've got the same views, you can take the same pictures in the same video, you've got the same views from the top, and do you really want to pay that extra for just a drink and sit in an air-conditioned lounge until you're ready to go up? I don't really think it's worth it. The lady did say to us at the bottom that it did include entrance into the fortress, and it didn't include that. She also said about music being played and commentary, I think she said, in the cabin, and we didn't get that either. So yeah, I would recommend, if you want to come and do this, and I would certainly recommend coming up in the cable car, so you can see the views that you get in the distance. I would definitely be coming up in a shared cabin next time. So after taking the cable car up to the fortress, right up the top there, decided not to venture into the marina. I saw it as an aerial view, which looks really good, but there are some bars and restaurants and shops in the area if you want to explore that. If you want more choice and more variety, then a recommendation I've had from some Moroccan people is just literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes that way into the main town stroke city of Agadir. I hope you enjoyed this little trip out from the hotel. It can be quite an inexpensive little trip. So it's 20 dirhams each way, so 40 dirhams return on the mini train, and 130 dirhams if you want to share a cabin for the cable car as well. So apart from the fact if you want to buy some drinks or something to eat while you're out of the hotel, it can be a really inexpensive little trip. It's about, from here, a 10-minute walk from the beach area into the city of Agadir itself if you want to do some more shopping. I have, as I said earlier at the beginning of the video, done a full ultimate review guide of the Iberostar Waves Founty Beach Hotel in Agadir. If you're thinking of coming to Agadir, you can have a look at that hotel if it's something or some place that you want to stay in. I've also done a full video of the food offerings in the restaurant and a poolside restaurant in the hotel. And I will also be filming Agadir airport departures. So depending on your flight, you can see what's on offer by way of eating and duty free. So please do check that out if they interest you. If you have enjoyed the video, please do give me a thumbs up like, because that would really help my channel. And please do consider subscribing if you've enjoyed the content. Until next time, I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.